Hey there, fans of brotherly love wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, brotherly love wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome everybody to Brotherly Love Wrestling, and on our show is a normal show. We figured
nobody.
Yeah, just us. You're stuck with us.
On our show today, nobody.
Nope, absolutely
don't
nobody.
Expect anybody to pop up on your fucking screens.
No, just us. Figure we break down.
I thought it was a weird open. I was like, wait, does he introduce himself on?
Surprise! We got a surprise guest. No, we don't. Just us. So we'll figure we'd break down some Full Gear and also the lead up to Survivor Series this Saturday. So let's start with Full Gear. And I'm glad I watched it after the fact because, at least in my eyes, I still felt it's a very long pay-per-view.
Did you fast forward through it?
No. I didn't. No? I watched. I watched the full thing. I watched it in like 3 different parts.
Oh, all right.
And even then, I was like, "Holy shit! Thank God I didn't try and sit and watch." You know what I mean? This full out because again, I would have been sleeping. Same thing we said about WWE pay-per-views, but they've gone shorter. It's just long, man. The 10 matches that they had, not that a good amount of them were
not
pretty
that there's
damn
anything
good.
Wrong with that?
No, not at all. But they were good for the majority, but it's just fucking long. It's long. I don't know if we're old or what, but it's fucking.
I mean, age definitely plays a factor. The lifestyles definitely play a factor in being tired.
Yeah.
What time I'm getting up and I'm just like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
I used to go into bed at a certain time, and they run past that fucking time. Now, do you think that they were all justified matches? They were all good enough stories to be on that? Okay.
I knew where that question was going immediately when you said it, and I feel the Nyla Rose Jade match did not need to be on the pay-per-view.
Okay.
I really felt like the Sting, Darby Allin, Jay Lethal, Jarrett match did not need to be on the pay-per-view. I think they kind of threw that story together really, really fast.
You think they're just cool matches that could have been on like a Dynamite?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. I honestly, I think you could have did like, how about adding something to Rampage and make it must watch and adding Sting to Rampage? Like, nothing pulls me to Rampage anymore. Like it was when it started, obviously. It was a new wrestling show. It's an hour show. Like, cool, I'll watch it. But it's hard for me to want to watch it because there's nothing that really pulls me. A part of it's the taped factor. I don't know why that's a part of it, but for me, I guess, not like I see spoilers or I look for, hey, what happened on Rampage so I don't have to watch it, but still nothing really pulls me to watch it.
All right, let me ask you, do you watch SmackDown live?
I attempt to. It depends. Like Friday nights, it depends. But yeah, most of the time, yeah, I'll try and watch as much as I can live and then usually catch probably the last half hour early Saturday morning.
All right. So is that the reason you're not drawn to Rampage?
Because I've already watched 2 hours of wrestling?
Yeah, because you've enjoyed it for the most part. You enjoy SmackDown a lot. Would you say you like SmackDown more than Raw?
Yeah.
Would
Raw
you say,
hasn't
like,
turned that corner for me yet to put it over SmackDown again.
Would you put SmackDown over Dynamite?
Recently, absolutely.
All right, so right now SmackDown's your number one show. So once you're done watching that, do you feel like, all right, well, I've already peaked, so to speak. And since you catch up on it sometimes on the next day, and you're just like, Rampage probably isn't even worth watching. So you just think of it that way?
That's exactly what it is.
You tape it still?
Yeah, both of them are in my library.
You put it in the VCR and you actually tape it.
But yes, both of them are on my DVR.
Like 33 years from now, you'd be like, "Yeah, you want to come over and watch Rampage of like October 2021?" I'm like, "Boy, do I!" I don't know what fucking day it is. Wait, how old am I? 33 years. Oh fuck, I'll be 69.
Let's not play that game.
When I'm 69, you're gonna be asking me to come over and watch Rampage of October 22.
Yeah, no, you're right though. That is kind of my mindset. And like I said, if I can't even watch at all SmackDown, if I don't get to it, I'm watching the 2-hour show on Saturday morning. And then I'm like, okay, time to start my day. Like, and let me go do something else. Like, Rampage isn't even an afterthought for me. It's just, I just don't care. Because I know nothing big is going to happen, like, storyline wise. The biggest thing that has happened on Rampage for the last couple of weeks has been the Samoa Joe, Wardlow, Hobbs thing. Which, even debatable, that being on the pay-per-view is another one. Even though I'm glad Joe is a double title and won the title, like, I don't know. I don't think that's debatable for me if it should have been on the show, but that's
Was it too early to take the title off of Wardlow? I honestly don't think he's done anything substantial with it. I'll say that, and you can finish the question fast.
I don't think it was too early because I thought he was doomed from the second he said, I don't need the world title, I'm going after the TNT title. I think he was doomed there. Because who the fuck says, when you have a chance to go after the world title, say, no, I think I'm going to go after the United States title instead. You know, that's just Austin Theory. But that's the thing I'm talking about. Is just, no, it just doesn't. For me, I thought Wardlow completely lost all momentum. Not that he's not good, because you've seen how his momentum was rising. He was the guy. You had the Goldberg type chants for him. They even need music. All they just kept chanting was Wardlow, just like they did Goldberg. He was getting hot really quick. And then, no, I want the TNT title, and whoo, straight down.
Yeah, but that's definitely not his fault.
No, and that's why I'm saying.
I would hope that he didn't go in there and pitch this. I want to pitch mediocrity for you. Let me get a piece of that.
No, I agree. I don't think it was his, but I'm just saying, like, I think that was the downfall of where he went, and his momentum took a shit. Like, it just wasn't.
See, when I first, because I didn't watch that one. Well, I didn't watch it live at all, but I didn't really go through to watch that. But when I saw that Wardlow lost at first, I was like, man, that feels like it's too soon. And then I thought about it. I was like, I'm to think of it, I haven't been interested in Wardlow in a long time. Since probably right after he beat MJF.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
Destroyed MJF.
Yeah, and then Punk was champ, and you thought, all right, this is where, or no, Punk lost the title. Mox got it because Punk got hurt, and Mox had it, and he said that he doesn't want the title unless, because he wants the title with Punk, and like that's where that whole storyline took that turn. So yeah, I agree. It took a lot from him, and I really don't care. I'm glad Joe has it, especially with Final Battle coming up December 10th. You have Samoa Joe, the ROH TV champ. Like, that's cool. That's cool that now he's going to be double champ, add more validity. Not like Joe needs validity, but I mean, just makes him more of a badass anyway. So I'm interested to see where that goes. And I guess maybe Wardlow versus him as a rematch, or Hobbs.
You kind of they kind of need guys that like know how to work on TV, like, and do it really well. Like Joe's one of those guys. Promos are phenomenal. He can make a storyline with anyone pretty much interesting. Just by he can talk them into the arena. Yeah, absolutely. He's got that ability. Him being a champion is never going to be a bad thing in my eyes, because he plays such a good heel. He could elevate so many people, and like he's at the point where he could lose, and it does nothing to his. It does nothing to him. Yeah, the Orton effect. Yeah, him taking a loss, you're like, all right, well, if he were to ever make his way back into the title scene, you wouldn't be surprised. Why? Yeah. He's one of those guys. All right, so now I've gotten completely off topic on where I wanted to go next with this. So I'm going to let you take the
okay, so because with you, it's such a back and forth subject in AEW. What'd you think about the Bucks Omega return and that match?
I didn't watch it.
Really?
Yeah, that was my next one up. So I went in order of, well, I wanted to watch, since I saw what happened with Mox and MJF, I wanted to watch that. And then next, from what I was reading and what I heard, that the women's title match was the match of the night, and I was like shocked. So of course I wanted to go see what that hype was about. Phenomenal match.
It was. Yep, I agree.
Like, why they need to harness every time they strike oil with that women's division on these big like fucking matchups and these big matches that are like fucking spectacular, and they never really capitalize on it. Like after the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa fucking that bloody fucking mess of a match, like that women's division should have fucking skyrocketed. Yep, because that was the most interesting thing going. It was. Like they were hanging and banging with the boys. But fucking, I mean, not really overly shocked that it was a good match, but I'm intrigued to see what happens now. And I need the whole interim champ thing fucking is annoying. It's just annoying. I agree.
Especially after they just did it. You just did it with Mox, and then you turn around and do it again.
I hate it for the reason like the person gets hurt and someone else is gonna get hot while they're hurt. And usually that person is gonna become the fucking interim champion. Now that person is riding a high and has pretty much gotten the majority of people to forget about who was the fucking actual real champion. Especially if you have some, like, who was it? It was Tony Storm was the fucking interim champion. So now Hayter beat her. So if you have Hayter lose again, I mean, like, you've had 3 champions that have completely made you forget about fucking who the original champ was. So when they come back, they get the shot because they were the interim champ. Normally that's how it goes. But now this person's so over that you're like, okay, now I don't want the fucking original champ to win. That's how my mind goes every time that happens.
I agree.
That was very long-winded.
I feel like Thunder Rosa. I don't want to.
You didn't like her title reign to begin with.
No, because I don't think they gave her the spotlight she deserved as champion and gave her enough opportunity to get over.
Oh no, she was still playing second fiddle to Britt.
Which in that case, if you were going to do that, then you have Britt win that fucking title instead of putting it back on her. Yeah, or having her retain like that. That again, like you said, that women's division is so hot, and then it fizzled out. You know what I mean? And it's nothing against Thunder Rosa, because Thunder Rosa is amazing in the ring. You saw the matches that she had. That match in her hometown, the steel cage match, was phenomenal. She's more. I don't know. I don't know if it's the American fan thing. I don't know what, but she's more like she's not as relatable maybe to a lot of.
Britt's just better on the mic. She's more intriguing on the mic. She's got an attitude.
Yeah, that's true too. And not only that, look,
She knew how
Heels
to
are
push the
always
right-
more interesting than baby faces.
Yeah, she knew how to push the right buttons, but she was fucking over. She was over as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was hard to like the crowd. It was hard for the crowd to boo her. She was getting a lot of the cheers, even though she was working heel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see the fucking women's division and how it goes after the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next matchup was that I was going to watch. So I didn't really watch too much.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing. Like after I heard about it, like that's kind of like I kind of like this. Like I can just go back and watch it as I please. Like, all right, so this match sounds like sounds pretty good. Want to see that? Like so who won the Elite and Death Triangle?
Death Triangle.
Okay, I like that better because if you're just gonna bring the Elite back to fucking win a title, it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I get who they are. I get that whole. I did hear about the fuck CM Punk chants during it.
I mean, the bell didn't even get the ring, and it started fuck CM Punk.
Dude, that is. It's the most bizarre fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's been CM Punk chants for how long? For how long? Especially in Chicago.
Since 2014. Since he left wrestling.
There's been CM Punk chants for that long. 8 years. All it has to happen is one altercation,
mm-hmm.
fake or not, and the fucking fan base loses it.
Yeah.
He was able to turn heel without even having to cut a promo.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was able to turn heel with literally like nothing. Like he didn't have to really do anything crazy. No, I'll just fight the fucking the owners.
Bucks. Yeah, the EVPs.
Yeah, I'll just fight the EVPs in the back and call them all a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing. I don't know. I have no want to see CM Punk in pro wrestling anymore.
Really?
What am I like? What am I going to see that I haven't seen already? Now at this point, what is he going to do that he hasn't?
You didn't get Punk versus Omega. I think that's the ultimate payoff is what a fan base would want to see, because he's got people that he still needs to wrestle. And if he's able to, like that whole Bryan Danielson, like, I mean, they wrestled before, but nothing like to this magnitude. Not after Daniel Bryan was a multi-world champion in the largest company of all time and just made his way back and just left.
Mm-hmm.
And now he gets to fight arguably the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
So Omega still got those matches that people like need and want to see. Like they still need to see this version of Omega versus AJ Styles.
That I agree with. I do not agree with Omega Punk.
Why?
Because I've never said, man, I can't wait to see CM Punk wrestle.
You're not a fan of his wrestling?
Not this, like, for what he did in his AEW run. The only reason I remotely liked his AEW run was because of MJF. It was not because of Punk. It was because of MJF and what they did on the mic, which is my whole draw behind CM Punk. CM Punk, he's a little, this version athletically and in the ring, I feel is a little more watered down, which rightfully so. He's older now. He's not what he was in ROH and early WWE. He took time off, which takes a lot out of a wrestler. It takes a lot. Not everyone is Shawn Michaels. Just flip a switch 4 years. You're exactly the same, if not better. Like, that doesn't happen. So I'm not holding against Punk, but Punk's draw was get him on the stick. And then you're going to see a really good match. He can put a solid match together, psychology included.
All right. So why then? I'm still trying to figure out why isn't this interesting with Omega?
Because I feel I want to see Omega with better wrestlers than CM Punk.
But Punk could actually make that whole feud into a must-see feud. Because if Punk's gonna work heel and Omega gets to work
Baby.
over babyface, that's what you want. Because that crowd's gonna lose their fucking mind for Omega, and they're gonna boo the shit out of fucking Punk. Because Punk's gonna get them to absolutely hate him, and that makes the match that much. That puts the story into the match. You're talking about heel Punk who's gonna do anything to win versus the best wrestler in the world. I honestly, I would be excited to see that. That would be like Omega's like. I don't want to. How do I want to word this? Because I don't want to say a novelty act because that downgrades it. But he's like, no, I'll say special attraction type. Like I want to see him with the absolute best. Like I want him to just go rally down dream matches.
Yeah.
Like I don't even care because I don't care about the story with him. I care about the amazing matches that he can put on. Mm-hmm. That's what I care about. I don't want him to talk. I don't care if he talks. We already know this. Side
note, Omega, Ospreay, Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, I saw that. That's another one. There's another one where you just want to. No one wants to hear Ospreay say a fucking word. He's an idiot. I don't really want to hear Omega talk. That's all good. Just they can both wrestle. They can both wrestle very well. It's going to be fast paced. There's going to be a lot of shit going on. That's all I want to see. I don't want him to talk. That's Omega. I just want to see the fucking. Okay, I know you're the greatest wrestler in the world. Good. Don't say anything. Just go out and do it, and put him in the right matches that he can do it.
Yeah,
that's all I want to see. Like he is a big marquee. Do I think he's? I don't even think he needs to hold the title ever again.
Yeah, again, like there's those guys that don't need a title.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Orton doesn't need a title. Omega doesn't need a title.
Omega could benefit. The only way I want to see him with a title is if he's going against a red hot heel. So he can just work fucking babyface champ. He could be John Cena. He'll just work babyface champ. He can win it fucking 20 times. But he's going to lose it a lot too. And they're going to push these fucking heels. Do it that way. Oh man, I'm talking myself into doing fucking fantasy booking.
You are. You are.
The thing is anything I ever fantasy book, what I want to see rarely happens. And I think that's why I get disappointed sometimes. I'm like, I don't like the way this is going. Like I will lead this into my revelation.
Okay, cool.
The revelation that I've had after like actually sitting down and thinking like, why can't I get into AEW?
Wait, revelation, why can't you get an AEW? I was just, after watching this pay-per-view, I was just going over that in my head as well. But go ahead.
All right, so I don't think it's meant for me. I don't think it's like I fit in the age demo, but my mindset is past that demo. Like age range, I fit into that demo. Like that typical, I don't really. I say I want to see storylines, but I'm so captivated by all the great wrestling. Like, because I don't think their storylines are that great. I don't think there's anything that's drawing me. Yeah, like if I hear there's a really good match, or if I see that, there's a good match on, I'm like, all right, I really want to watch that. If it's something I haven't seen before, too. Like I'm looking for the things that I haven't seen before with them. I'm not looking for the big storylines and whatnot because I don't. Excuse me. I don't think they're that good. I don't think they do the storyline as good as WWE. And the storyline is my 90% right now because I'm past the point of where like, cool, like I know I'm going to see good wrestling at like in bits and like not bits and pieces, but in parts of WWE. Like I'm going to get really good wrestling. It's going to be times where I'm going to get really good matches, but the storylines are much better. The main characters are much better. The supporting characters are much better. The mid-titles and the people going after those mid-titles are more interesting.
Now
they have they're utilizing their firepower properly.
Mm-hmm.
The right people are doing the right things, and the storylines are and then there's inner storylines within their storylines, which is what you want to see, because that's setting up something else. So, and I don't see that with AEW. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's there subtly, or you have to be like really fucking smart and like fucking be like, oh, well, this person, like, I gotta follow them back to fucking 2014. They had a fucking feud with this guy on the Indies or an ROH. Like, I gotta know that. I don't know that. I don't want to fucking go back and look at that. I don't want to live in the past. I don't want to have to fucking dig up fucking matches from fucking 2008.
Yeah, you're living in it now.
Yeah, I live in the fucking now, baby.
Obviously. No, it's funny. That's what I'm saying with your revelation. Friday night, watching SmackDown, and
all right, I'm gonna freeze you for a second since you did it to me.
Okay.
How good is Sami Zayn?
He's the best thing in wrestling right now.
He is. He's legitimately the best. He's the best thing in wrestling right now. And I don't even know if I've seen a match in a while from him.
Period. It's not even close.
He's the best.
Yeah, it's not even like all around. Like you said, you haven't seen a match like a typical Sami Zayn match.
But you know, need to.
He's on both. He could be on both shows, and he's the most entertaining thing. Period.
The only thing I really want to see is either him somehow finding a way, and it's him versus Roman. That's what I want to see, or I want to see the payoff between him and Jay.
Yes,
that's like I don't want to see him in any other match. Like I have an inkling. Everyone else has that inkling. Like this is what the payoff is going to be for Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just want to watch it fucking fall into place.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Sorry, I fucking changed you.
That's okay. Yeah. So watching that, I thought the same thing you did. Why can't I get into AEW? And to the point where I got out my phone and I was going to write a post. I was going to do it on Facebook. I wasn't going to do it on Twitter because it was going to be probably a little longer. And I was going to say, like, AEW fans, help me out. Like, am I too old for AEW now? Because that I felt the same way you feel. Because we're in the demo still, I feel like I should be able to get into this. We've watched wrestling since we were knee high. Wrestling is universal. When it's done to its core, wrestling is easy to get into. It's a simple concept. Why can I not get into this wrestling?
Because it's not a simple concept over in AEW. You don't have true good guys and bad guys. That's what you're looking for. For the people to root for and the root against. And you want the fucking direction to go like, oh man, this guy's a good guy, but why is he also doing bad things? I don't understand this. Like it's like you're saying wrestling is simple. That's it at its simplest form. There's good versus bad. Sometimes there could be good versus good, only to set up for someone turning bad. I mean, it's simplicity. It's not. It was a fucking a blueprint that worked
forever.
Like I don't remember a time where it didn't really work. It might not have been the right people in those spots, but it's pretty fucking simple. But it's all about like the whole AEW thing is like there's a lot of gray area and things flip around from fucking week to week. You're like, oh, they're being bad. Oh, and the next week, oh wait, now they're good. I'm fucking confused.
Well, and I know you're right with that, but like, that's why I'm so torn. And because both of us have the same outlook on AEW, we don't want to not want to watch it or not like it. Like, that's not how we are. I want to watch great wrestling and great storytelling all the time in wrestling, period.
I want them to simplify it. I want them to, it's tough, but I want them to pick the roster and run storylines with cohesion and not fucking just because you have a crazy, incredible, bloated roster we have two brands now. You have ROH and you have AEW. You're trying to squeeze them both into 3 hours of television and some YouTube shit, which you're also highlighting independence and local talent wherever you're at. Like, you have a roster of people like that you want to care about, but you're like, God, they're either flying through these storylines, they're one-off and people like Orange Cassidy. Like, I love Orange Cassidy. Like, I feel like nothing has continuity, and he's another one that like was like fucking massively fucking over with like the live crowd when the live crowds were. I think it was when they were first back, or maybe it was before, right before. I don't know. It might have been right before COVID. Either way, massively over, and then fizzle out. Like they get these people to a point where like even Darby Allin was massively over, and he's fizzled out big time. I hate to say it, but Guevara, they had a little bit of what was the term I'm looking for? A little fire in the pan or some bullshit.
Flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan, a little fire in the pan, a little fucking little sauteed onions, little fucking little soy sauce. You know what I'm saying? You got it, right?
Sure.
You gotta go talking about food again.
No, you're right. Orange had the giant program with Jericho, and that was
He was in a triple threat match for the title, and everyone wanted him to win.
Mm-hmm. and at that point, probably should have won. Yeah,
that was a match with Omega in it, and Hangman, right?
Yes, he should have won that because you heard the crowd, and that's the thing where I think AEW deviates from that plan, where a lot of times, and obviously, in between years hadn't happened in a while in WWE, but at least in the 90s, early 2000s, it was a lot of listen to the crowd. If we have to make a switch on the run, we're going to make that switch. Listen to what that crowd is doing. Listen to what they sound like. Fuck it, we're going to go with it. And that's where it should have did that.
That's why WWE will always be the moment. Like they have those moments, like those unforgettable moments. Yes. I want those in AEW. Like you can give people the moment, and it can be a shock because usually the moment is usually a shock. It wasn't supposed to happen. Like look at all the fucking crazy title wins in history. I don't know. It's just you're right. I want to like AEW, and I've ripped for the longest time. It was the only one I was actually able to physically sit down and have the time to watch. Was Wednesday nights, and now like I get to Wednesday nights, I'm like, I know AEW's one, but it's more background noise than anything.
Well,
it's not must see anymore, and I have to give it another chance. Like I have to actually like sit down and force myself to fucking like watch it and be like, all right, no dicking around. Let me see what I like and what I don't. But a lot of times I'll just look up and be like, not interested.
Well, this Wednesday should give you a reason, and that's because of the main event with MJF. From the time he came out, from the time the first note of his theme song hit, he had the crowd to the fact to where he went back into the entranceway and came running out, and they popped even louder the second time. Like, I mean, he goes down the ramp and motorboats a chick at the front row. Like they were chanting for MJF. Like at one point, Mox looks at the crowd and says "fuck you" because a lot of them were booing him. Like he's full on babyface now. He's still gonna probably talk shit to the crowd and all that, like being MJF, like he is, but he's babyface, man. Everything he was doing, he was kicking, he was putting his boot down on the canvas. I think he was in a headlock, and they're starting to clap for him. The classic babyface to where you start going like this, and the crowd starts clapping. Like he was doing that. Like he is full on babyface. He is the face of the company. He is the champ. He deserves it. And you had a fucking heel turn by William Regal sliding in the brass knucks, which no one saw coming. Exactly. That was the thing. Like, and everyone loved it. The second he threw it in, no one booed. Everyone cheered because they knew what was coming. Like,
that's not what's supposed to happen, though.
I agree, but there's no one who's more over than MJF.
What if he's over and he's working heel? Like he's working a bad guy. Like he's supposed to be a bad guy. Like what do you do then?
He's just going to keep being him. That's what MJF is. He's going to keep doing what he's going to do.
So the fans are scumbags for cheering a heel, basically.
NWO effect.
Yeah. God.
I mean, that happened, but 96, that at that point, it was cool to like the bad guys, no matter what they did. Lawn darting Rey Mysterio into the trucks.
They just beat the shit out of the other. You had no choice but to root for them because they beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, he's so. I don't know if you got a chance or saw a clip of it or saw the little clip on Twitter of the media scrum. And he was only there for like 2 minutes, and it didn't sit down and came out and cut a pretty good promo. Really good promo. And like if he does everything right, and guys like him are one of the main reasons AEW will be good, that they will keep going, is because he does it old. You've been talking about old fashioned. He does it the old fashioned way. FTR, they're another example of they don't get the shine, even though they're titles out the ass. They still don't get enough shine on that company. They should be top guys. They should be on TV a lot more than they are every Wednesday night. And guys like those three,
their tag division is kind of it kind of took I feel like it's not as good as it once was,
which is weird because no one left.
No,
they're all there.
I feel like it's not as utilized and it's not as highlighted as much. Like, I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Acclaimed are over.
They're great. I love the Acclaimed.
They are very much over with the crowd, and they might be the most over tag team that they've had as champions. Honestly,
they are.
But I feel like as over as they are, I still feel like I can't get behind the Scissor Me Daddy. I don't fucking I get it. Like, believe me, I get it. I was doing suck it fucking chops in the beginning. Like, I get it. It's just like Billy Gunn has been a part of every fucking catchphrase in wrestling, I feel like.
Seems that
I feel like Billy Gunn is like the catchphrase whisperer. Is Billy Gunn the secret genius of wrestling? Like, he could get any catchphrase over. We just haven't been paying attention.
Maybe.
Like, he's the reason every cool catchphrase has ever gotten over somehow. Are we sure he wasn't a part of the Four Horsemen at some point? Did he throw up the four? Was he there at some point? Someone fucking crop a picture of Billy Gunn in the fucking Four Horsemen.
That easily could be done, but yeah, I agree. And then you have the tag team that I thought was really going to, until the Acclaim really got hot, was Lee and Strickland. Now you have them breaking up, Lee walking out on them, which I'm cool with. I thought they were really entertaining as a tag team, but I'd rather see Keith Lee be that monster, be that singles dominant guy if he's going to be in AEW. But that's what I want from him anyway. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Honestly, that's the reason you're not seeing FTR, because they are so over, and the Acclaimed are so over. They're kind of like, they would have been going like that. Like, if they were to ever meet when they were both at like their peak, it would have been great. It would have been great. But you would have had two top baby faces where you would have had to have turned one heel, and it would have affected. I mean, it would have elevated one substantially, but it would have affected the other in a negative way, I feel.
Yeah.
It would have been back to the bottom. So FTR they haven't been to the bottom yet. They've never been back. Like, they're keep climbing. Like, they're still the number one team in all of AEW, the number one ranked team. Like, they've never went downward. Like,
yeah, they're not on your screen on Wednesday nights consistently.
Yeah, I know. It's weird because, like, you would think, like, all right, well, what's going on? Like, how do they keep elevating, but they're not ever in a fucking title picture? There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So we'll give them every other tag title.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just not going to give them ours because we need to get someone else on top.
All right. I'm done bitching about AEW.
This was constructive in a sense.
Sort of.
Maybe relatable. Who knows? To some. Or we just sound like assholes.
Either way.
Or do we got a pay-per-view or something coming up?
We do have a pay-per-view coming up. Big
Another
Four
fucking
pay-per-view.
Oh, Big Four.
Yeah. Survivor Series used to be
Great
one of
Balls
my
of Fire?
no, used to be one of my favorite pay-per-views. I feel
Yeah?
like now it is probably
Wait.
going to make its way.
Do you think it's going to make its way back to one of your favorites?
Yeah, especially if now we're going to be getting War Games in it. You know what I mean? If this is going to be a yearly thing, then absolutely, because I thought NXT did War Games amazing. And now the bill so far for it, for the women's and the men's, it hasn't disappointed whatsoever.
Doesn't get fucking better than what we got going on, does it?
No. I'll start with the women's because I obviously have a little bit of an intrigue because we got a mystery partner.
Yeah, you got the mystery. So there's like, give me three, and I'll see if it matches up with my three of who we think it is.
I think the obvious that everyone keeps saying, I mean, you have Becky Lynch, you have Sasha Banks. As a third, I don't know if I have a third in my head. Well, I mean, excuse me. You could always do Charlotte. Like those big three would be like it's of course it's a horsewomen because they all match up going up against Bayley and foiling Bayley, and all three of them would be good fits. I mean, Becky Lynch, I don't know what her injury status is. I know she's been rehabbing, but so I don't know about that. Sasha, of course, everything's fucking up in the air. We don't even know if she's even going to sign a contract.
And it's in Boston, right?
Yes. That's why I'm leaning more towards that, although I think it's probably the least likely. But because it's in Boston, I feel like it's a cool tease.
Here's the thing. I don't think Sasha should come back without Naomi. I don't think it like if she comes back, that's great, but you left together, I want you to come back together. Like I know like Sasha's like the more popular of the duo, but I mean they left for the same reason. Like I feel like they should be brought back at the same time. Like I don't want it to be Sasha. I almost don't want it to be Sasha because I feel like they should come back and make an impact together.
What about this? I'll do it that way, but I won't do it the way you're thinking. What if? Because I want the women to start. I want them to be the first match right off the top. War Games match, yeah.
You want them to be the opener?
I want them to open the show. Yes, women to open the show.
Shit.
All
right.
And I want it to be Sasha Banks. I want them all to be in the cages. I want them each let out, but I don't want the fifth member to come out until all four have come out and the other five are out. And then the last one hits, the cage is empty, and her music hits and she comes out of the ramp instead of out of the cage. And her music hits being the last one for that team. That would be epic.
That's
then later in the night, you have Roman and all of them main event, and you have the match up for grabs. Everyone down, and someone hops the guardrail and tosses a weapon or some way, and it's Naomi helps out the bloodline and joins the bloodline later in the night. That, if you're going to do it, is how I would do it. And that way you get best of both worlds. Both of them come
That's
back.
pretty cool. I'll give you that. I mean, normally, I think I have the greatest ideas, but this one's really good. I like this. You don't usually friggin' do this type of work.
Well, if you want both of them back, it's the perfect way because
you're the media guy. No, believe me, I really like it. Now, I mean, it could theoretically happen. All right, so I was going to put this third person or the hooded person. What if it's Beth Phoenix?
I like that too. Yeah, because again, tying in storyline.
Yeah,
she got taken out with Rhea. That's a really good one. That I think that would vault to my second behind Sasha. Like Sasha's one for me.
I do like your whole build. I think for arena pops, I think your scenario would fucking blow the fucking roof off at fucking TD. What is it? The TD Garden now?
TD Bank North Garden. Yes.
TD Bank North Garden.
That's what it is.
What happened to the South Garden?
Why are you asking me these kind of questions?
Because you're the Celtics fan.
That's why I know the name.
Yeah. I want to know what happened to the other areas of the garden. What happened to the West Garden?
It's TD Bank North because that's what the bank is called up there.
Wait, TD Bank is TD Bank North?
North, yes. Up there, yes.
But it's just TD Bank down here?
Yes.
So we're not north enough for them?
No.
So where's TD Bank South at?
I don't fucking know.
Shouldn't they TD Bank Northeast?
Why are you asking me these questions?
Because I have to push your buttons and derail the show at the same time. There is no other way.
Mission accomplished.
I know. I'm really good at that part. I hope everyone knows this by now.
But yes, Beth Phoenix, that is definitely now my second.
I put that as my second as well. I think I like yours more, but I put Beth as my second.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like, what is it? 5 matches? 5 or 6?
Right now, there's only 4 officially announced. You got Finn and AJ.
Yeah.
Shotzi and instead of thinking about it, I could just look at the actual thing. Shotzi and Ronda.
Wow.
And then the 2 War Games. But I think you're getting LA Knight, Fiend, or Bray. Probably going to be announced on Friday. That's
really?
Yeah, I think that's the rumored because of what happened on this past week.
I missed this past week. What happened?
The week before it did a backstage thing and Bray headbutted LA Knight. And then they came out in the ring.
Wait, what's Bray doing freaking fighting people?
Bray was getting interviewed. LA Knight interrupted him and got in his face, started cutting a promo, and Bray headbutted him, took him down. Then, so this past week, he went to the ring, he interrupted Bray, and then slapped Bray in the face, and then got out of the ring. And then all of a sudden, in the back, LA Knight got taken out and was knocked out with all kinds of trash cans and all around him, and he was out cold. So I think that's kind of what they're building to, and the rumor is that's going to be Bray's first match and first feud is LA Knight.
What if Bray comes out and introduces the first person in the Wyatt 6? Oh man, how cool would that be?
I don't need him. I want Uncle Howdy to make an appearance. I want
Uncle Howdy?
Yeah.
Who's Uncle Howdy?
The dude in the mask who keeps interrupting Bray. But everyone is calling Bo Dallas.
Oh, wait. I completely have not seen this.
You haven't seen like the vignettes of him interrupt like the first 2 promos that he was cutting. And he came up on the big screen, and that's how the one
Is it the guy in the original mask?
Like the old man looking mask has like the big mustache and all that? Yeah. That's Uncle Howdy. He introduced himself as Uncle Howdy. Man, you are really behind on SmackDown. I've
only caught a lot of the Bloodline shit and all Sami's. Dude, I'm like all Sami Zayn. Like I'm glad you're catching me up because now I need to like truly go back and watch.
Check out they have all Bray Wyatt's clips on YouTube. Be easier for you. That way you don't have to search through your DVR. But yeah, Uncle Howdy.
This is bad on me.
Yeah, it is. Uncle Howdy is everyone's assuming it's Bo playing Uncle Howdy. But
so what if he's gonna come out and help him beat LA Knight?
Right now he keeps like antagonizing Bray and telling him basically because Bray's trying to be his self, this new version of Bray. This is truly who he is. So, but of course, Uncle Howdy is trying to steer him to the way that he was. Exactly. So I don't know. We'll see. LA Knight, Bray, I'm good with. I feel bad for LA Knight just coming back, just getting your name back, starting there, and then you're going up against Bray Wyatt.
You're in a big fucking marquee fucking storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, Bray Wyatt's first returning match is pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
Especially if it's going to be another reveal if you're going to get to see who another person in the is it going to be called the Wyatt 6?
Maybe. I don't know.
And you get to see him fucking making Bray continue to go backwards while Bray fights it. It'd be like, I feel like every character should pull him in a different direction. He is a very complex fucking.
And from what reports were, like 95% of what's going on with Bray is all Bray. Like basically Hunter was like, go. And just, this is all Bray's in charge. He's doing all his shit.
Dude,
and
it's very
awesome.
integral.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this is what we are drawn to. This kind of shit. I mean, look, the White Rabbit thing, I couldn't get enough of it. And like I said, I was kind of disappointed that it came out because I like the intrigue, but Uncle Howdy's great.
Yeah, but the whole thing about Bray is that, like, I would have never went, like, I guess that's why I was never like a huge Undertaker fan, because I never like the supernatural shit in fucking storylines. It was always like hokey. Mm-hmm. This doesn't feel hokey.
No.
Like, this feels like well thought out, like dark, mysterious, like I guess creepy in a sense. Like it's fucking, but it's very involved. Like it's very like crazily thought out. Like the who's gonna play these characters and everything, how it's portrayed. Like it's very fucking, it's good.
Yeah, they've hooked a lot of people with it. So other than that, I mean, yeah, we have 4 matches actually announced. So
and then if you get Bray and LA Knight, that's 5. That should be theoretically a short.
Well, and as obviously we were recording, Monday Night Raw is going on, so I'm sure there will be. Well, Elias and Riddle still have this kind of tag team friendship going on. So I don't know if they're going to throw. Obviously, they don't have an actual tag team match. So maybe they do something.
Rollins? Is Rollins on the card?
Rollins, no, he is not on the card yet. So, I think I did hear rumors of another kind of triple threat, Rollins, Lashley, Ali, because of that whole thing. Maybe even Riddle. I'm trying to. I can't remember. It was either a fatal 4-way or a triple threat. I can't remember what the rumor was, but something obviously. I know Lashley, Ali, and Rollins were all included, and there might even be a 4th person. I think it might be Riddle. So we'll see. Hopefully, as we're obviously recording, maybe that's developing now. But I can't. This is a first time in a while. I cannot wait for Survivor Series.
The last time I was really adamant about watching was when they did the 3-brand mashup, when it was Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
That was the last time. That was just matches. That was just the matches that were there.
Yeah.
But this one's more storyline driven, which is a nice change of pace for a major pay-per-view.
Yeah, so look, you get 6 matches. Let's just say they do a fatal 4-way and they do the Bray match, obviously. Even if you don't include a tag match. You know what I mean? Even if you don't have it, like
you got 2 fucking War Games matches that are probably going to take up combined an hour or more of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to supplement. Maybe you get 5 20-minute matches or 4 20-minute matches, or maybe it's a 2.5 hour, 3 hour pay-per-view. Who knows?
Either way, I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait to kind of just. Because I don't even want to look at my phone. I want to be fully involved in Survivor Series and just get lost in it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got lost in an actual pay-per-view in a while.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for all their pay-per-views that are coming up. Like, I think that they're, like, I was shocked for Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Like, pleasantly shocked, like, wow, this has been a blow-off pay-per-view, and it's kind of stuck for a while. I was like, man, this is, like, good.
Yeah, they gave Philly their money's worth for sure.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a throwaway fucking pay-per-view, and it wasn't. It wasn't treated like that.
And also, coming up, speaking of Philly, is we got our tickets to Raw 30, which I cannot wait for now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that we are going because this is going to be ridiculous.
It's been fun again.
Yeah, and we haven't.
It's gonna be a worthwhile 3 hours. Let's put it that way.
I'm trying to think. When's the last time we went to a? Did we ever even go? What SmackDown was the last thing we went to, right? Like
No, we went to Elimination Chamber.
No, like the shows. Did we went to a
Yeah.
SmackDown the last time?
We had really good seats for that, but it wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, I
This
think
is gonna
this is
be
going to be
completely-
ridiculous.
Well,
Absolutely
this is the anniversary shows for Raw are usually they bring back
ridiculous.
as many people as they possibly can. We could get a fucking Stone Cold pop.
Especially if the rumors are true and that he's going to wrestle again, and they're talking Mania. That could be
That's right on that road.
It's the go home show. Literally, it's the Monday Night Raw before Royal Rumble. So you never know what the fuck could happen then.
Dude, that's awesome.
Mhm.
A 30th anniversary show as the go home show for the Rumble. Oh man, we're gonna get a lot of good shit.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is
Dude,
gonna be amazing.
I hope we get the most ridiculous fucking comebacks, like people that like I want to see fucking people from like who were like all the I want to see Angle. I want to see Angle running fucking wearing with the goofy fucking hat. I want to see Edge playing a fucking kazoo. I want it all.
Selfishly, I don't want DX. I don't want DX. I much rather, I much rather hear.
Do you want Shawn by himself?
I want Triple H by himself. I want Shawn by himself.
Yes,
or
D was one of the main reasons why
I know,
Raw
but
was so successful.
I agree, but
and fucking 4 of them are able to show up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't want if they're gonna do DX, like the 25th anniversary of DX did not feel the same without Billy Gunn. It just didn't. So if you're gonna do that again, like, all right, yeah. Am I gonna pop for the music live? Of course I'm gonna pop for the music live.
And what if they say something about scissoring?
I mean, it's Philly. It's something's going. I mean, whether they say it or not, Philly's going to chant it, regardless. But I want to hear. Yeah, I want to be live at least one more time and hear the Shawn Michaels music. I want to hear the Games music. I want to hear like those.
Man, I kind of want to hear DX's music.
Do you? Look, hearing their music at Mania when they did the Hall of Fame and they had them all come out again. That was pretty. That kind of completed it for me.
I want to hear the car crash and Foley come out.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, yeah. The ultimate though. If I really had to pick one moment that I want to hear,
you want to hear the glass shatter.
Yeah,
it's not.
All right, the second moment. All right. The second moment behind the glass shatter.
You gotta get.
You got me on that one. Is the gong? I want to see Taker. I want to see Taker. Like make an appearance.
My second would be If You Smell What the Rock Is Cooking.
Of course.
If that hit my dude, I might piss myself in the fucking. I might let it all go. 20,000 people pissing themselves. It's the road to WrestleMania.
Anything could happen.
It's supposed to be in Hollywood.
I know. Anything could happen. Never know who we're gonna hear.
Could you imagine that?
No, I can't.
Dude, you want to talk about like the goose? Like, I don't think my goosebumps would fucking be leaping off of my skin.
I don't want spoilers. Like, don't tell me who's gonna be there. I don't need to know who's gonna be there.
You can tell me like if fucking Ron Simmons is gonna be there. That's cool.
Yeah,
I could go for it. Give me a damn. Maybe Rob Van Dam's there. Maybe he goes Rob Van, and then he comes up and goes damn, like in TikTok.
Yeah, but like the big things like that, give me a couple surprises.
Yeah,
don't
tell me. Oh, we're gonna get surprises. What if our biggest surprise of the night's Ryback? You mean to tell me you're not gonna pop if you hear "Feed me more"?
I don't know, man. Philly crowds are weird. They actually might pop for "Feed Me More." You never know. They might.
What if we hear the fucking intro to fucking Enzo's music?
You would pop.
I would. So would you?
I probably would. I'm not gonna lie. I probably
You
would.
would.
I probably would. Yeah.
Because I think
would.
I think the general reaction would be a pop. I
Yeah,
think the
you're
crowd
right.
would pop, but I think that would get everyone to.
You're right. Well, all right. I think we'll wrap up the show here on Enzo's music. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you enjoy Survivor Series, and we will be talking to you.
Enjoyed Full Gear.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. So
Past, present, and future.
yes, past, present, and future. Although Hale would say there is no past; it's only now.
Or future.
Yes, only the now. So, thank you for watching. We'll be talking
Well,
to
the
you
now
very
is
soon.
this show.
Yes,
This show
right
is the
now.
That is all that matters.
That's true. That's very true. So, thank you for watching. We'll be talking to you very soon. See you later.
And listening too, because you got to listen. I mean, you're being one-sided with just yeah, thanks for watching. What about those poor listeners that are just listening?
Thank you for listening as well.
There you go.
Okay.
I got you, peeps.
Yep.